Donald Trump just pulled off a feat many thought was impossible. He ended the war between Israel and Hamas and freed all of the hostages. And whilst world leaders are with him in Egypt marveling at how he managed to pull this off, the mainstream media in the US are having a meltdown. CNN's Christine Amanpour bizarrely downplayed the plight of hostages, saying they're probably being treated better than the average Gazan.
And I think for sure, people who start to talk to the hostages who've only just been released will find that it will take a long time for them to recover physically but also mentally. It's been a terrible 2 years for them, because not only are they there, they're probably being treated better than the average Gazan because they are the pawns and the chips that Hamas had. Now Hamas has given up all its leverage, by the way, by giving them all up. So that is a victory for the Israelis.
Online commentator Richard Grinnell blasted the journalist, saying CNN's Amanpour just said that the Israeli hostages were treated better than other people. She's literally pro-Hamas. You can feel how mad she is with the release of hostages by Trump, and she says the Abraham Accords aren't peace deals. She's a sick woman. And this commentator doubled down, saying she needs to be fired. CNN's Christine Amanpour shamefully says the Israeli hostages were treated better than the average Gazan because they're pawns. She needs to be fired immediately for this. The hostages experienced true horrors. Amanpour whitewashing that is evil. Amanpour quickly apologizing for her insensitive comment on X, saying, "I noted that for the hostages who are finally home, it will take a long time for them to recover mentally and physically, but I regret also saying that they may have been treated better than many Gazans because Hamas used these hostages as pawns and bargaining chips. It was insensitive and wrong." From speaking to many former hostages and their families, like everyone, I've been horrified at what Hamas has subjected them to over 2 long years. And over on MSNBC, former Arab-Israeli negotiator Aaron David Miller didn't have a good word to say about Trump despite the president achieving peace in the Middle East.
My take on that, Katie, my view, President Trump continues to undermine the very norms and institutions of constitutional governance, despite the fact that in his inaugural oath, he's legally obligated to protect them.
But in true Trump style, he didn't let the haters get him down. The president thanked the media for his largely positive coverage.
Good chemistry together, and it continues till today. So I want to thank you all very much. I appreciate the way you covered this really momentous. I've never seen anything like it. The level of love, the level of respect for what it is, and it's peace in the Middle East, and everybody said it's not possible to do, and it's going to happen, and it is happening as before your very eyes, and that's why it's become so fascinating.
And while some on the mainstream media continued their Trump derangement syndrome, many put it aside and celebrated Trump's achievements.
We've heard it again and again from a number of people today, really giving credit to President Trump for getting this deal over the finish line. What are you hearing from your sources with regard to President Trump's role in getting both parties to sign off on at least the first phase of this peace plan?
Well, certainly this is an enormous moment for the world, but also for this administration. A big win for the president, who has been very personally involved in this, Lindsay.
And even former opponent Hillary Clinton managed to be positive about Trump's deal.
It's a really significant first step, and I really commend President Trump and his administration, as well as Arab leaders in the region, for making the commitment to the 20-point plan and seeing a path forward for what's often called the day after.
Joe Biden even came out and praised Trump for doing what his administration couldn't, releasing a statement that read, "I am deeply grateful and relieved that this day has come for the last living 20 hostages who have been through an unimaginable hell and are finally reunited with their families and loved ones, and for the civilians in Gaza who has experienced immeasurable loss and will finally get the chance to rebuild their lives. The road to this deal was not easy. My administration worked relentlessly to bring hostages home, get relief to Palestinian civilians, and end the war. I commend President Trump and his team for their work to get a renewed ceasefire deal over the finish line."